In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of the changes that you should be expecting in the UK in 2023 concerning the COS, that Certificate of Sponsorship. UK government is not just reforming UK visas, they are also making some changes to Certificate of Sponsorship. So this is what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be listing all the changes that will be coming into effect in 2023 and what you should expect in terms of COS, getting skilled worker visa and coming to the UK. Hey lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name is Faith Ojone, and on this channel I talk about ways you can travel abroad and settle abroad. I provide you resources on how you can get started. If this is the kind of content you like, hit the subscribe button down below, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I share content about migration, how you can move to the UK, how you can settle in the UK, and how you can travel to other countries as well. Without saying so much, guys, let's get started. The Home Office is expected to make some changes to the UK Certificate of Sponsorship, that's a COS, salary requirements, and they are planning on updating the shortage occupation list and also the financial requirements for the skilled worker visa. Since the launch of the points-based immigration system, the Home Office has already made some significant changes to the sponsorship system to improve customers' experience for employers wanting to sponsor someone to work in the UK. These changes include the removal of resident labour market test. When we came to the UK, we did the labour market test. The year we came to the UK was the same year that the UK government removed resident labour market test and introduced the point-based immigration system. They removed resident labour market test in 2020. The second one is the suspension of the cap on skilled workers, making the sponsorship license application process fully paperless, redesigning the sponsor guidance and making the system simpler, more streamlined and accessible. As of last year, there are cap on sponsorship. That's to say, employer, depending on the size of your business. So for a large scale business, you have a limited amount of people you can recruit from overseas. For a small scale business, you also have a limited amount of people you can recruit from overseas. I think I've mentioned this in one of my videos, I can't remember, but it's an old video, that in 2023 the UK government is planning on removing the cap on skilled worker visa. This one is good news because now employers can recruit without having limitations. Sometimes I feel like this will even make it easier for international job seekers to get a job in the UK a lot quicker and faster, because now there's no cap on how many people you can sponsor to the UK. Because there are cap on how many international skilled workers you can recruit from outside the UK, that has made a lot of employers to restrict their COS to specific applicants. Some companies will only issue COS to those in a very important role. Let's take, for example, a tech company now would only sponsor someone who is like a tech guru, like an engineer, like DevOps, you know, those very techie role. Some tech companies only preserve their COS for applicants who they are hiring in those roles. For commercial now, let's say you're like a customer service manager, they would not want to sponsor you because they feel like that role they can easily get someone in the UK. They will not want to like issue you that COS. They'll rather keep the COS for very important roles. Right now, if the government is taking off the cap on certificate of sponsorship, that's to say employers can now sponsor literally anyone if they want to hire the person, which is good news. These are some of the changes to expect in 2023. The third one is sponsorship compliance. Compliance remained a key factor underpinning the sponsorship system, and employers are expected to comply with the sponsor duties or risk losing their license. As part of the drive to improve compliance, the Home Office is taking on a more joined up approach to carrying out checks on sponsors, including increased information sharing with other departments and rolling out automated checks. It's going to be hard for companies now to just sponsor anyone, or for companies to sponsor people to the UK and treat them badly, like the care sector that are exploiting migrants. So now the Home Office is going to be doing thorough checks on any employer that they're giving them permission to sponsor from overseas. And for the agricultural sector, in fact, the Home Office even, introduced like a different body to like monitor those sponsors who are recruiting people from overseas, to make sure that they are paying their staff the amount that they're supposed to pay them, to make sure that the staff are in a good condition, working in a good condition, no hazard risk, no health risks, no exploitation, and all of that. So because there's a lot of exploitation going on in the country, the government is trying to make things, I mean, for me, if you guys don't want the exploitation to happen, just remove the sponsorship thing. If you get a job and you come to the UK, you're not tied to any employer. You shouldn't be tied to any employer. If you're tied to an employer, there's high risk of exploitation. So the only way you guys can, don't make people to be tied to any employer as long as you're working in the UK. But again, I'm not the government. Everybody, you know what? Home Office, do what you know how to do best. The fourth one is fast processing time. We all know now that getting COS it takes a lot of time. Some people have been waiting for their COS for over 3 months, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 2 months. Some people get their COS very fast, while some people don't get it on time. It takes a lot of time. So now in 2023, they'll be working on issuing COS a lot quicker and faster. A key objective outlined in the sponsorship roadmap is to speed up end-to-end processing time from applying for a sponsor license to a worker being approved for visa. Currently, most sponsored license applications are decided within the service standard of 8 weeks or less, with an option to receive a faster decision within 10 working days for a fee. Additional reforms set to be introduced between now and 2024, which will further reduce the time it takes for sponsor to hire a worker from overseas. So the thing is, when you get a job offer, because a lot of people have reached out to me telling me they've been waiting for their COS for months now. The thing is, if the company that offer you a job and employment is trying to bring it to the UK and they've not yet applied for their COS, they'll have to apply for their COS and wait for the government to answer them. Is when the government issue them the COS before they can issue the COS reference number to you. So sometimes it could be that these employers are waiting on the government and you're all waiting for the employer. So there's a lot of delays in COS right now. This is the Home Office saying that they're going to make things a lot quicker from 2023/2024. Let's keep our fingers crossed that people get their COS a lot quicker. The fifth one is existing sponsor will be able to make use of new services. Sponsor a visa due to launch early 2023. So there's a new service that the Home Office is planning to launch, which is called Sponsor a Visa, which will be launching early 2023. What does this do? The Sponsor a Visa is for existing sponsor using the service to be able to invite a worker to make their visa application using an online form that is pre-populated with details of their roles. Once these have been approved, then manage a license, another new service due to launch in late 2023, which will make it quicker and easier for sponsors to carry out post-license activities such as adding users to their license. 2 new services they are planning on introducing. The Sponsor a Visa is where they will have like a form already there that their employee can easily apply for visa. Like, they're trying to make the process a lot easier and faster. And the second one is, as an employer, you can just add an employee to your sponsor list. I don't know how this is going to work. If the company should hire you and they just go on a portal and add you as their employee and you're under sponsorship, does that mean they will not be like giving you that COS anymore? Like, if you're already on the list as added as a user, you're good to start working? I don't know, but let's see how it goes. I mean, these are all some of the services they are introducing to make it a lot easier, quicker, and to reduce exploitation. So in February 2022, the Home Office added care worker and home carer to the shortage occupation list and made this role eligible for health and care worker visa. The changes were made to help elevates pressure on the care sector and were introduced on a temporary basis for an initial period of 12 months. As we approach the end of the 12-month period, the Home Office is expected to review the situation and decide whether to terminate or extend the provision or make this role permanently eligible for health and care worker routes. So that's for the carer route. The government have not made any official statement yet, so keep your fingers crossed till February and see what happens. Thank you, Home Office. You guys are the sweetest. So due to the high increase of cost of living crisis going on in the UK, the government felt like it's not fair to be paying the amount that they put since they introduced the point-based system. To meet up with the cost of living crisis, the government is considering increasing the salary threshold, which, I mean, a lot of employers are already complaining that the threshold is high. I don't know. Let's hear what the government is saying. The Home Office may also decide to review the salary threshold for some work routes this year. Average salaries are rising to keep up with inflation. Therefore, the ongoing rate for eligible occupations are likely to increase. The Home Office will need to ensure that sponsored workers are being paid in line with the market rates. Furthermore, as the cost of living crisis intensifies, the Home Office may look to review the financial requirements for visa applicants. Currently, skilled workers must usually show they have at least £1,270 available to support themselves when they arrive in the UK. Should this figure increase, employers may need to consider covering this cost for their incoming employees. I mean, this one is not so good news, to be honest, because employers will have to increase your salary and to meet up with the current market rate. Aside from that, the Home Office is thinking of increasing the cost of living. Like, you know, when you're coming to the UK, you're supposed to show that you have enough money to support yourself, even on a skilled worker visa. The reason why a lot of people don't talk about this is because most times the employers will cover for you. They're going to show that proof of funds for you. So they'll be increasing the proof of funds. Likely, this is not finalized yet, but it's something they are talking on introducing, and you know, when they talk about it, they do it. So I mean, this one is not good news, but again, it's good news for you because you're going to be paid market rates and to balance up the cost of living, because it doesn't make sense you're coming to the UK on a skilled worker visa, and when you come here things are expensive and you're being paid below the market rates. You're going to struggle. So this one is the government trying to, you know, help you make life easy for you in the UK. It's not always easy, but yeah. So these are the changes that are coming up concerning sponsorship. So salary requirements might increase, proof of funds might go up, compliance, you know, making sure that your employer is treating you well, is complying to the rules attached to issuing you COS or working in the UK. And I mean, they are considering adding to the shortage occupation list, and then the carer sector. So these are like the top 5 changes to expect in the UK in 2023/2024. If you've watched this video to this point, thank you so much. If you've not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button down below, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I'd like to know. You all know I engage you on the comment section. Disclaimer, do not pay money to anyone, not me, not anyone in the UK, because there are scammers everywhere. You need to be careful. And guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.